How's it going, guys? Phil here, and this is a review for GBB's waterproof action camera. You'll receive the action camera, a waterproof housing, an extra battery, a microUSB charging cable, and a variety of clamps, mounts, sticky pads, straps, and other goodies for mounting this camera to just about anything. I'm not going to go through how all of the accessories are used, because I want to focus on the camera itself. So this camera is a GoPro clone. It has a very similar look and style and functionality that is pretty similar as well. On the front, you've got the 14 megapixel lens that has a 170-degree wide angle. Then there's the power button and mode key. On the side, you've got the menu up and down, where the up button doubles as the Wi-Fi shortcut key. On the back, you've got a 2-inch LCD. And then on this side, you've got the microUSB port for charging, microSD card slot, and microHDMI port. Note that the unit doesn't come with an SD card, and you'll have to supply one yourself. I recommend Class 10 and above for the best performance. On the bottom, there's a latch here for the battery door release if you need to change the battery. On a full battery, you'll get about an hour's worth of recording time. And finally, on top is the shutter button and menu selection key. The waterproof case opens by pulling the tab to the side and lifting up on the front of the latch. It's a clamshell with a rubber gasket that makes it waterproof and dustproof. When the camera is inside, you can still press the power, shutter, and menu buttons. Then on the bottom of the case, you can attach any of the mounts to make it compatible with other mounting systems. The one that I use most is the one with the 1/4-inch thread mounting hole for standard tripods. Press and hold the power button to turn the camera on. The camera boots up quickly, but it has a screen sleep timer of 1 minute. You can also set the unit to shut off completely after several minutes of inactivity. To change the mode, short press the power button. This allows you to access still camera mode, playback mode, and then the setup menu. In the settings, you can change the typical settings like resolution, recording loop length, motion detection, time-lapse recording. There's face detection and smile detection, anti-shake, which you'll definitely want to turn on. So there are a lot of settings here that you can play with. One thing that I didn't like is that the license plate stamp is always present when you have the date timestamp on. There's no way to turn off just the license plate stamp. The quality of the video is pretty good. It's high resolution at 1080p 920 by 1080, and the anti-shake feature does an okay job with software stabilization. It's not super smooth, but compared to the video without anti-shake, it's a lot less dizzying. The camera has built-in Wi-Fi too, so you can use your smartphone as a remote screen for the device. I wasn't able to get the app described in the manual, Umera, to work with the camera, but another user recommended FinalCam, which did work for bringing up the live video feed, and I was also able to download the video files wirelessly to my phone as well. So the video's good. I've used the camera to film a bunch of stuff already, but the one thing that no one else here has mentioned is the crappy audio. First of all, if you're more than 12 inches away from the camera, the audio gets very quiet. Right now, I'm about 18 inches away. So let's try from 3 feet. So now I'm about 3 feet away, and I'm talking at the same volume that I was before, but you probably can't hear me as well. The other thing that no one seems to be talking about is the rhythmic electronic beeping that happens every second. I'm going to bump up the gain on the audio so you can hear it more clearly. The beeping is actually pretty annoying, and it shows up in all of my videos whether I have it in the waterproof case or not. It's bad to the point where you probably just want to turn the audio recording off. If the audio isn't that important to you, then the camera is quite passable, and it's usable for a lot of activities, especially where durability is needed or water and snow is involved, since this camera can be submerged up to 100 feet in the waterproof housing. It's a much cheaper alternative to the GoPro, and it basically does the same thing. The video quality is not as good as the GoPro, but it's still high definition, and it has a nice wide angle. Just be warned that sometimes the auto white balance can be off in very bright scenes or situations where there's a lot of white in the background. I hope you enjoyed this review. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put a link to the product in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me next time.